what's happening if you like take a step back and look at society from a bird's eye view?
Yeah.
I feel that we had this feminine movement or feminist movement.
Yes.
And it was like men and women are equal, and women, we should close the pay gap. And then a lot of men, at least how I feel, a lot of men started saying, okay, well then we're going to be equal partners in parenting. We're going to, if we make the same amount of money or almost the same amount of money, then we're going to split
50,
the
50.
costs equally and all of that. And are we now on the brink of like people or society kind of going backwards? And then how does that play into like the United States versus other countries?
Equality and this partnership, I think it just was a biggest disaster and feministic move.
Wow.
Because what it created, a lot of masculine women who went to work, and what I've noticed, not anywhere else in the world, a woman, a mother, leaves a baby at 3 months old at the daycare. And so basically strangers are raising the children. And so the bond between mom and a child is already divided. And then she complains why they didn't change on-time diaper, because they get paid $10 an hour. It is your duty to raise kids. And then they're surprised why my child has ADD, ADHD, or anxiety, or depression, because strangers, 8 hours, were raising your children because you were making money. And using this money, you were paying the babysitters or the strangers in their care. And men by default, because women gone to masculine energy, they became so feminine. I remember when I was single, I was dating guys, and one time I saw a guy in front of the mirror who was putting the gel and making his hair so straight and so perfect. He was in front of the mirror for 2 hours. Sometimes I see men who are putting concealer. Sometimes I see men now who are using foundation. Sometimes I see men who have more bracelets than I ever had in my life. And they have so many necklaces, and they're into fashion. And this is what it gone to. More men are now feminine, and there's more women are now masculine, and women are complaining why he's not providing, why he's not protecting. He doesn't even want to pay 50%. Well, because he's now so feminine. And who created this is by women who wanted to have equality.
No,
and
I
partnership.
find this so interesting, because girls saying, well, if he doesn't pay for the first date, then I'm out, and they're looking for a man who will provide, but then they also want to be equal. And then I don't know, the comments are just crazy. People are really up in arms about this.
But when a woman demands that he has to pay, it's a very masculine trait. No man has to pay. He can pay, but who can he pay for? Is someone that makes him feel good, that he really feels next to this woman, a masculine man. Because when I walk into the restaurant, a man, my husband opens the door always, but sometimes he parks the car, and as I'm walking, a man opens the door and say, "Thank you so much." And the man look at me, it's like, "You're the first woman who thanked me for opening the door." I'm like, wow, men are so suppressed. Or sometimes I'm walking in the Whole Foods and I'm buying, and I have 2 heavy bags, and I've noticed men always ask me, "Do you want me to help you with some?" I'm like, "Would you please?" And then they say, "You're the first woman who allowed me and helped me." And this is the traits of a feminine woman. She's receptive.
No, that's interesting, because if I were in a store, this has probably happened to me, and if some stranger man asks to help me, I would probably say no.
Exactly.
I'd be really protective, and I would be offended.
Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about. Women are so closed off to compliments, to a man opening the door, a man helping out, but this is all traits of feminine women.
But some men are creepy.
Well, and you also feel the energy, right? And if you feel like he's creepy, you will decline saying, "Thank you so much." I usually don't get those.
Right. Okay, so how, I want to talk about...
But do you mind if I'll go back to a partnership for a
go ahead.
moment? Because partnership at the core, if we really think about it, that a man and a woman divides everything by 50-50. Let's say you and your boyfriend live, and he pays 50% for mortgage, you pay 50%, you pay 50% for electricity, and he does. But when you get pregnant, and when you do the birth, the delivery, and then you're breastfeeding, and then you're not sleeping at night, the true partnership should be that the next child he gives the birth to, he does the delivery, he does the breastfeeding, and wakes up at night and does the diaper changes and everything else. That would be the true 50-50. But in this scenario, a woman goes to work, and then she comes home and she still takes care of the baby, she still cooks, she still does the laundry, and so she has two jobs. And how is that partnership? It's not a partnership. And so I believe in United States especially, and Western Europe, people just collapsed and confused the roles of a man and a woman, because there is no partnership until a man can give birth to kids, and two kids you give birth to, and he does the two other kids. There is no partnership.
Because even if it's sharing responsibility once the baby is born, like switching off who changes the diaper, there's no, you can't equate to the
but you know what,
caring.
once you have a baby, first 2 years babies don't even care about that. Do you know that?
No, I don't know, because I don't have a baby.
Exactly. They want to smell you as soon as you hold them. They come down because your breast milk, it's like the best golden milk that you can give them. They want you until they're 3. Father is not really that important. At 3, you start to play around, they crawl, they run around. That's when fathers are more important. But until 3, it's your time with the baby. And that's when he needs to especially provide, lead, and protect, so you can be the best quality mom and raise a healthy and happy and confident child.